Welcome to MTV Somali Channels Nightly News Bulletin. If you're new to us, please don't forget to subscribe in order not to miss out on our nightly news round in Somalia. In today's headline, Justice Ministry official is killed in Mogadishu. A mother and her children die after a wall collapses. Somali opposition protests inclusion of Amisom's Taiwo in mediation talks, terms him toxic influence. And a media group launches lawsuit against top government officials for office raid. We start with, gunman killed a Somali government Ministry of Justice judge in Hodan district of Mogadishu. Abdullahi Abdi Muhammad Bagadi was shot dead in Talay neighborhood of Hodan district last night. The assailants fled, and security forces arrived shortly after the killing. The Ministry of Justice has issued a statement of sympathy tragic and sent condolences to the families and friends of the deceased. Al-Shabaab is believed to be behind the killings, but no confirmation has yet been released by security officials. At least 6 people have been killed and several others injured after a wall collapsed in Mogadishu in the last hours. Those killed in the incident included a mother and 5 children as well as another child who was reportedly a relative. Witnesses told the MTV Somali Channel that the family had been displaced and were taking shelter when then wall collapsed near Shabelle University on the outskirts of Mogadishu. Just a day before, 5 children from the same family had died from the floods caused by heavy rains in Medina district of Mogadishu. The Benadir Regional Administration has called for immediate assistance to those affected by the rains. The opposition in Somalia has called for the withdrawal of Amisom head of political affairs Taiwo Babatunde in the mediation team, terming him a toxic influence in Somali politics. The National Salvation Front, an umbrella of 15 presidential candidates, Jubaland and Puntland states and the pro-union Somaliland caucus told the Commission chairman Musa Faki that Taiwo's inclusion risks eroding the mediation team's confidence. Mr. Taiwo is well known to the NSF as a toxic influence in Somali politics. He serves as a proxy for Villa Somalia's influence, is a paid agent of the National Intelligence and Security Agency and is a notorious broker of confidential information, NSF said in a hard-hitting letter to Faki. Excellency, Mr. Taiwo's inclusion in the Special Envoy's team is unacceptable to the NSF due to the corrupt nature of his relationship with Villa Somalia, NSF added. The forum called for withdrawal of Taiwo Babatunde from the team and the task be assigned to another Department of Mission. On August 3, 2016, Babatunde assaulted a female co-worker and subordinate, Ms. Premdeep Bara, at the office of his employer, Sahan Africa, in Kitasuru, Nairobi. Babatunde was subsequently fired from his job, but sued Sahan Africa for wrongful dismissal, demanding almost $500,000 in damages. In his ruling of the 22nd of November 2019, Judge Wanzamus Macau dismissed Babatunde's claims and found him guilty of a criminal offense at the workplace, further deciding that the employer has proved that there existed a valid reason for summarily dismissing the claimant. The verdict is especially damaging since the launched a high-level investigation of harassment against women in May 2018. The NSF, however, welcomed the appointment of former Ghanaian President John Mahama to lead the mediation, which is expected to unlock the electoral stalemate. It was not immediately clear if the African Union communicated intent to replace Taiwo. A media house in Somalia has submitted a lawsuit against the nation's spy chief and a top presidential aide last week and has received strong support from journalist unions. Mustaqbal Media filed the lawsuit through Hagan Law, a Mogadishu-based firm, and listed Farhad Yassin, the director of the National Intelligence and Security Agency, NISA, and Abdinur Muhammad Ahmed, Villa Somalia's deputy chief of staff, as the defendants in the case. It was filed with the Attorney General's office on May 3 to coincide with World Press Freedom Day. In a 2-page legal brief, the suit alleges that Yassin and Ahmed played a crucial role in directing the unlawful attack on Mustaqbal's offices on the morning of April 27. The raid came on the heels of intense street battles between rival factions within Somalia's military. Bashir Mohammed, an editor, told media watchdogs that the Turkish-trained Haramad police unit led the raid. He said the officers assaulted journalists and ransacked their compound before confiscating computers, cameras and cell phones. Ahmed Is Gutail, the company director, said that the newly appointed Benadir police commander, Farhan Mohammed Adan, had personally apologized for the raid but that the police have still not returned the seized equipment. Journalists' rights advocates have supported Mustaqbal's decision to seek legal recourse against the federal government. The Somali Journalists Syndicate, SJS, and Somali Media Association, SOMA, released a joint statement on Saturday calling for an end to impunity for crimes against media practitioners. We, SJS and SOMA, support our colleagues at Radio Mustaqbal and its journalists in their quest for justice. We believe that the only way to stop impunity for the attacks and abuses against journalists and media houses is to prosecute the perpetrators, even if they are powerful government officials. That's it for our nightly news roundup. Don't forget to subscribe in order to not miss more bulletins from Somalia.